Hi, dear love. I'm Nicole, and today let's talk about spiritual gifts, okay? Why shouldn't it come up? This comes up all the time, and it absolutely is supposed to. And this is one of the joys that I get to experience as a spiritual life coach, as a master spirit guide, and just as a spiritual being. And I want you to be able to enjoy it too. Honey, we are all spiritually gifted, every single one of us. And even if you were brought up under any religious dogma, any practice, any religious umbrella, okay, there are so many sacred texts, including the Bible, okay, very much the Bible. And I'm actually working on a PDF and on a blog post that clearly shows you the different text that's out there that says you are spiritually gifted. And it's not something that is just with me because I'm a master spirit guide. I'm a master spirit guide because I was blessed to recognize my gifts at such a young age. And I was very, 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 very blessed and fortunate to have a mother who was very in tune with her spiritual gifts, and a grandmother who taught my mother, and back down generations and generations. Very blessed and fortunate that way. But there's many people in our family and many friends that I have had to distance myself from, or distance themselves from me, that don't believe that anyone is spiritually gifted outside of a pastor, a priest, any member of the clergy. So that being said, I want you to hear me say this. And I want you to really breathe it in. You ready? I'm going to do it on 3. And I want your ears wide open. 1, 2. You are spiritually gifted. You are spiritually gifted. Don't you doubt it for a second. It is a matter of you tuning and tapping into your spiritual gifts. And you've heard me say this so often, so many times. So I just wanted to touch base with you because it comes up very often in our coaching sessions. And it's supposed to. That's what you have me for. And in our readings, Nicole, how do I recognize my spiritual gifts? And what do I do with them? I feel this and I feel very strongly about this, but I'm not so sure. And so here it is. What I have learned to master, okay, and I'm 45, and I'm very proud to say that. I'm very proud to say that. I'm going to tell you how important that is to me at this time in my life, and how much of a spiritual ascension I'm feeling, okay, this year alone. I was born September 9th, okay? My daughter was born September 9th. Okay? This is a child that I knew I was going to have, that I was blessed to see her about 15, 17 years prior to having her. Okay? She looked exactly the way she looked when I took her to get her 7-month pictures. Exactly the way in my vision. Okay? So when I say that I'm proud to say that I am 45, which reduces to 9 in the year 2016, that reduces to 9, I have ascended to a higher level in my own spirituality. And I feel very drawn to sharing this with you so that you understand not only the synchronicities, as we just went past 4 minutes and 44 seconds in our video here, as we say synchronicities, and that's our angel's number, And our angels always want us to recognize those synchronicities and those signs, okay? I don't only want you to recognize that and to understand that, but I want you to know just how powerful you are right now. Right now, how powerful you are, okay? Blast through that feeling of not believing that you are spiritually gifted, because you are. You were created before you were born. You are a spiritual being through and through. You are carnated. You were thrusted. You were blessed with. You were birthed. You were conceived into a human body. Okay? That human body, as we all will pass on, the human body will stop working at some point in our experience in this lifetime. But this is this lifetime. We have traveled from prior lifetimes. We have a spirit. We are a soul. And you are gifted with certain talents that only you possess. Okay? Only you. There is not one other person like you. There is no one else like you. There is no one else that can be a teacher like you, though we have millions of teachers. There's no one else who can heal like you, though we have many master Reiki, healers. There's no one else that can be a spiritual life coach quite like you, though we have so many coaches practicing. So here we go. There's 3 things that I want to share with you about how to recognize your spiritual gifts, okay? And this is what has worked for me, and I'm going to share some testimony with you as well. All right, so listen up. If you got to go grab something to drink, pause it, come back if you're at work, whatever you're doing, but make sure that you watch this in totality, okay? The first thing is, think back to your childhood. Now, I'm a spiritual life coach, and I'm very in tune to the fact that the spirit realm is right here. We're in the spirit realm, okay? That's going to bring up some childhood memories that you don't want to deal with. You don't have to. If you're not ready, don't do it. But if you're watching this video in December 2016 or close thereafter, this is a time for you to deal with that the best way you can. It's not in anyone else's prescription for you to deal with it. It is in your time to deal with it, okay? It's in your way that Spirit will help you work through those blocks, okay? So, as you think back to your childhood, what were the things that really made you happy? What really brought you joy? Okay. Through the abuse, through the yelling, what was your escape? What brought you happiness? What allowed your soul to just burst out? What brought you to that moment of escape, fantasy? For my dear souls that know or that question, that think back to their childhood and say, man, was I talking to angels? Was I really talking to gnomes, trolls, fairies, spirits? Was I really communicating with my grandpa, Papa? Was Nana really talking to me and singing at night, singing me to sleep? Were my angels really kissing me and comforting me and wiping my tears? You better believe they were. You better believe that was happening. It blows your mind to hear that confirmation, doesn't it? Honey, first step is to go back to your childhood and really give yourself that time to think about it. Let your intuition connect with your intellect. Let it be that direct connection. Your solar plexus, your intuition is telling you that there is truth there. There is truth even through being told, no, you're not spiritually gifted. That's a lie. You are spiritually gifted. Okay? And allowing your mind to rediscover what brought you happiness. Okay? For example, if you always found yourself playing with trucks, okay, look deeper into that. What brought you the joy of playing with trucks? What else were you doing when you were playing with trucks? Were you playing with trucks and maybe there was an accident and it was all that kind of thing, and here comes the angels to help out, here comes the ambulance, here come the light workers to help. And then you find yourself going back to another childhood memory that shows how helpful you were to the elderly. You always gravitated towards the wise souls that you were around, you know? So, what really made you happy as a child? The second thing is, think about what makes you happy right now. In this lifetime, at the point of age and experience and wisdom that you're at right now, what truly makes you happy? What do you gravitate towards? What activity? Okay? What does your mind drift off to? And there is that connection of your spiritual sight, your mind's eye, and your human sight. There's a connection there. You're looking past the obvious. That's your key. You're looking past the obvious. Okay? When you're looking past the obvious, guess what you are doing? You are seeing the unseen. Therefore, you are activating your mind's eye, your third eye, right here. Okay? Meditate on that. What really is the quality? You're seeing the unseen. Look past the obvious of what brings you joy right now, okay? Oftentimes, what brings you joy is so heartfelt that you find yourself hurt by not being received the way you intended to be. That is huge. That's huge. No one likes rejection. No one likes to be made to feel like an idiot, like a fool for sharing your heart, for showing compassion. Yet, it's a human condition. Some souls, I'm of the belief, are intent on hurting. So, it's a powerful second step. What truly makes you happy right now? Look past the obvious and see the unseen. Very often, because your spiritual gift is what you're passionate about, you're most passionate about. Remember, you're seeing past the obvious because you're activating your spiritual sight. Very often, it's something that has been rejected by those you love, by those you respect, and by those that are your friends, that say they're your friends, but just can't quite get you. Your family, your parents, your children, your spouse, okay? The other thing is, and the third thing, the last thing that I want to share with you on how to recognize your spiritual gifts, because you are spiritually gifted. You absolutely are. What are other people saying to you about your own gifts? What do people keep saying about you that makes your soul sing? What is it about you that people keep recognizing that you have been conditioned to not believe about yourself? Honey, that is divine source using those very people to serve as your sign, your synchronicities, and your earth angels. They are your confirmation. All right? Right? What are they telling you? So here we go. In my journey, I want to share with you an email that I shared with some spiritual superstars, and I encourage you to go to NicoleXO.com and get on our newsletter list. I'm going to get back into it, sending out, infrequent, okay? Because I'm not going to inundate your email box, and I just don't have time to do it that often, but I'm getting there to just send you some really valuable content. And there's some specials that I'll send you too, as far as readings and coaching sessions and things of that nature. So just get on the list so that you don't miss out on anything. We've had $10 reading specials. We've had freebies. So when I'm blessed to do it, I do it. That's my way. That's my way of giving back, Anyway, so I received this email from, I'm just going to read a part of it. Hi, Nicole. Let me move you over a little bit. Let's see. There we go. I saw your YouTube channel and wanted to reach out immediately. My name is, I won't divulge his name. I work for a reality TV production company called Kinetic Content. We have sold shows to ABC, A&E, and Lifetime. We are interested in developing a new show about mediums, and I'd like to speak with you more about this project on the phone. He gave me his direct office line and told me to call him immediately at my earliest convenience, amongst other things. Oh my gosh, it blew me away, blew me completely away, okay? And I'm at the part in my life, as I shared with you earlier, that I'm experiencing a very heightened spiritual ascension. And I put out a video on spiritual ascension that I encourage you to look at. And I'll try to put the link somewhere up above, or I'm not up above or up here, wherever. And so, I'm still getting comfortable claiming my spiritual gifts. Okay, this is my journey. And as a master spirit guide, I'm still getting comfortable in my new skin, because guess what? Our energy is changing all the time. So when other people recognize your spiritual gifts, it is spirit allowing you that window that's opening, and you are to fly in and snatch it up and claim it and put it on. Wear it. That is your new skin. That is that elevation that you've received confirmation from, and spirit is telling you, bravo. I want you to know you're doing a good job. Okay? That's not just for me. That happens for all of us. And it is a matter of recognizing it for what it is, okay? And so that was my confirmation that, Nikki, you're going in a new direction, okay? Here's the thing. when I researched that company, and oh, of course, you're going to research it. I research. That's what I do. It blew me away even more because then the reality check comes in. Okay? And you're going to see on the video for Spiritual Ascension that there's a cycle that repeats. And as you climb in your ascension, it gets easier. You go through that cycle like that. Okay? So let's just recap. When you are recognizing your spiritual gifts, the first thing you're going to do is go back to your childhood. Some things are going to come up. You're doing spiritual work. That's a spiritual effort that has to happen. And when you do that, you are stepping out on faith, and you are showing your belief, your trust, and you're magnifying your hope in the Most High. And you're seeking out a deeper understanding so you know that you're spiritually ascending as well. All of this is a part of spirituality and spiritual guidance, okay? Then you're going to really meditate on what that is about your childhood that brought you so much joy, that allowed you to escape any experiences, any circumstances that were less than, difficult, hard, challenging, okay? And then step 2 is what makes you truly happy right now as an adult at the point of your life that you're in right now. Could be 5 years prior. You could be going through a 10-year progression. Could be 20, 30, 50 years that you're thinking about. Allow yourself that time. This is for you. In this lifetime, you get one beautiful life, one lifetime. When you come back, you're reincarnated as a different being with a soul. Okay? So, the third thing, and it's very important, listen with your spiritual sight. Listen to the unseen and be patient while you're listening. Quiet your ego, and that's doubt, that's fear, that's the belief that you are spiritually gifted. It may have been stolen from you. It may have been stolen as a child, and quite often it is. And you carry that lie that you're not spiritually gifted into your adulthood. And it causes an extremely difficult conflict, because in that conflict, therein lies some of the greatest challenges that you will face. Separation from those that you love, a reality check that, that love is conditional on you not saying you're spiritually gifted, on you not saying too much about God that's outside of clergy, priests, pastors, even though you've been abused by those titles, those people that hold that rank in an organized spiritual family. So therein lies a conflict. Remember this. Divine Source will absolutely never ever bring you inner turmoil, but will always pull you away from it, okay? Always. Always, always, always will challenge you to your higher self, and that is that understanding of your power, of who you are and who you always were, who you were born to be in this lifetime. All right? So as I share with you my walk, and as I learn, I'm going to continue to teach. Part of me understanding myself as a light worker, as a healer, as a teacher, I'll give you a quick run through of my life. As a child, I pretended to be a teacher, I reveled in that. I fell in love with my teachers. My name is Jennifer Nicole, and one of my teachers was Jennifer Gordon. Absolutely fell in love with her. divinely ordained to be in her class at the time that I was. She moved my seat over to the window because she knew my spiritual gifts. She was an earth angel. I think she was a good witch, you know. And I'm proud to say that. Honey, I'm a good one. I'm a good witch. I'm one of the good ones. And I tell that to people and I freak them out. But that is their lack of understanding what I'm saying to them. I'm a child of the Most High, you know. And I recognize my spiritual gifts. Okay, there's a difference from being a bad soul and a good soul. And I know that from experience. I know that through and through. It is a fact. So I claim all that is good. With that, I knew I was talking to angels. I knew I was talking to fairies. I knew that I was playing with them and I knew they were protecting me. Okay? And I always wanted to help. Always felt like giving of myself, okay? So whether it was complimenting someone, as I have taught my children and my nieces and all of that, my friends, I used to try to, encourage them to do. They used to hurt my soul. It still does when people purposely try to hurt people, looking past the seen to the unseen and seeing the quality of your soul, their character, okay? And moved on into really wanting to help people physically because I could see their ailments, and used to massage my mom's feet lovingly, tirelessly, did whatever I could. Never wanted to hurt anyone's feelings. Going through high school, always wanted to give. Was nominated Homecoming Princess 3 years in a row, and would have gotten Homecoming Queen, but got into my first fight. I say that to say that I knew it was going to happen. And I was so freaked out by receiving these visions and because I didn't ask for it. Okay, so knowing that side of me and having it come back to me while I was 14 to 18, from that's listening to what other people are telling you about yourself, and recognizing that, and there goes the conflict of being told that's not possible. That's not humanly possible that you know this ahead of time. It's not possible that you're feeling your best friend who's in labor at the time that you feel extreme labor pains and you're not pregnant at all, and all this can't be possible because your human side is saying it can't be. So all of these things that you're going back to recognize your spiritual gifts, is part of that step. Moving on to college, knowing that I wasn't thrusted into spiritual warfare, excuse me, and, moving through that and recognizing my spiritual ascension at that level, going into young adulthood and understanding that now, I really want to heal people, and it feels good when I touch them and they're, oh my gosh, you've got healing hands, and oh, that feels so good, you should be doing this for a living. Moving into massage therapy, getting celebrity clientele. I massaged Usher, I massaged Freddie Jackson, so many people, high clientele on the that worked for the stock exchange, just so many people, awesome practice that was lucrative and just amazing for me. And let me stop that. Okay. And moving into understanding that, oh my gosh, I'm freaking people out now because I'm more comfortable telling them that they're pregnant or they're gonna be pregnant, or congratulations, why didn't you tell me you were pregnant? And people are looking at me like, we didn't tell anybody, we just found out. How the heck do you know? Or not listening because I was so happy that now I'm in touch with this gift and I'm outward with it, and I'm not keeping it inside anymore, that I didn't pay attention to all of the signs that maybe I just told someone they were pregnant and they just miscarried. And then having to tell them the other side of it, which is just that obligation as a spiritually gifted soul that we have, that, not to give up, that your baby is your guardian angel now. And you have to believe that, there's some things that happen there that you're going to use as lessons and as an understanding of either something physically going on with their body that needs to be, really carefully looked at the next time, or anything like that, precautions that we need to take, changes you need to make in your lifestyle, for that blessing to manifest in totality. And that's a hard thing to tell people. It's very hard for me. To understanding that I've got spiritually gifted children. I've got children that are looking through walls and asking me while I'm in the attic if I can see the beam. Can you see that silver cylinder? Silver cylinder, and there's no way that they can see it because it's nowhere near the stairs. It's like 4 feet away from the stair where their view is. Spiritually gifted. Where there's psychic attack. You're attacking my family now? So this has been my progression to up to today, to embarking on, a higher ascension, and you welcoming me into your family, and us, creating a beautiful spiritual family of spiritual superstars. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will share with you very quickly why I call you spiritual superstars. And I've shared this before, that Spirit told me you were spiritual superstars. Gave me that understanding that, Nicole, you are a spiritual coach for the stars. You are a master spirit guide, and you are celebrity status. You are that woman. You are absolutely that soul. And I say that with all humility. I say that with humbleness and gratitude, all mixed in. Because it's very important for you to know that as you move through your gifts, your spiritual gifts, and your attainment, your ascension, that you keep your integrity, but you also shine bright. And you be proud of your spiritual gifts, and you be proud of who you are, because you are created to shine, okay? You are shining because divine source is shining through you. So be proud of your accomplishments. Be proud of recognizing your spiritual gifts. Don't you dull your shine for anybody, because you are a true beacon of light for the Most High. Thank you so much, dear loves. Namaste. Honey, I love you so much. You do something to me that feels so good, and I love you for it. I love you, I love you, I love you. Whew. I love you. Rock it out. Don't you dull your shine. Don't you think that you're not spiritually gifted, because you are. I will see you soon.